Hola, Charlene T. Easter here, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. I need to let you know that I am actually literally looking at what appears to be almost like a cartoon castle, as well as a bunch of mountains, because I find myself today in Vegas. And this is my very, very first time being here. And you all know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here.
I'm here to see Lil Usher. Lil Usher Raymond. He done growed up. He done growed. He done growed.
No, she was the fact that I was telling her.
But I really, really wanted to provide a quick update to my health and wellness journey. But before I get into that, I want to say that my intention for this YouTube channel is to be a safe space for Black and Brown women who are prioritizing their health and their happiness. And we are doing that by ensuring that we maintain our melanin and a positive mindset so that we can create magic in our everyday lives, whatever magic is for you. And one thing that I can tell you as I have started to reflect on 2023 in preparation for 2024 is a part of prioritizing my happiness includes fun. And I can honestly say I have had a ton of fun in 2023. A ton of fun. And I am so grateful. This weekend included. I will share, I guess, I'll share real quick that I almost thought this whole Vegas trip was going to be a bust because one, I made a last minute decision. I mean, I've been wanting to see Usher since last year, to be clear. And with one of my girlfriends, we were off again, on again, off again, on again with the dates that we were going to go. Fast forward to it is December, and his last two shows were last night, which was Friday, and tonight, which is Saturday, December the 2nd. And I'm like, I think I'm going to go. Not to mention, I had an airline credit from a trip that I'll talk about some other time, if that gives you any clue as to what I think about that trip. um, that expires in a few weeks. And just with work and the holidays and things, I was like, where am I going to go? Um, when would I be able to do it to not forfeit the travel credit? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm trying to grow up a little bit to do more solo travel. I do some, kind of sort of close to home. But I'm starting honestly to wonder if I'm going to just have to venture out all across everywhere by myself, which, if that's what I'm led to do, is fine. I prefer to be with friends and family, um, or chocolate mussels that belong to me. That's a story for a different day. So, so anyway, the trip started off fine, and then it quickly turned into not so fine. Um, in terms of a bunch of connection flights, because I made last minute travel plans, like literally the day before. And while I was on my first of three flights for the day, I got a notification that the second flight, which was supposed to get me to Chicago, so from Chicago, I could get to Vegas and be here a few hours before the concert started to have time to kind of settle in a little bit and get ready to go, had been delayed. So yeah, it just, but while I literally was almost about to just tell them to put me on a flight from Charlotte right back to Richmond, and just, it wasn't meant to be, a dude named Ron T, I happened upon him in that airport, and He helped a sister out and got a sister right on a direct flight to Vegas. There were no delays at that time, and I got here at the same time I was originally supposed to get here. And I did get here in time to get ready, and I did get here in time to catch Usher. And I had a really good time. So I share that to say health and happiness sometimes go hand in hand, but I really truly am prioritizing doing things that genuinely bring me joy and make me happy, which I also think ultimately impacts my health and overall wellness in a positive way. So I think that's what I was going to say. But this health and wellness update is really me kind of coming to you all a little bit as, I guess, my accountability partners unofficially. So I have been on Wegovy for over 2 years now. And I've mentioned before, I'm pretty sure in videos, that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And multiple times in my life, the combination of having PCOS and being extremely stressed out have caused me to become insulin resistant. And to be honest, sometimes when I wasn't, I don't think extremely stressed out, I just will go through phases where I have become insulin resistant and gained weight. And so I pay very close attention to my body these days because the weight gain is something that is kind of sort of drastic and really, really quick. And especially if it's related to stress, I will notice like 1 week, a 10-pound weight gain. And for me, I pay attention to see whether it's going to be there for 1 week only and then it goes back down and it's regular for a few weeks, or if the weight gain is still there after week 2 and week 3, and then it's like, okay, it's time for a sister girl to do something different. Because even if I thought I was maintaining some things and things weren't bothering me, clearly they are, to the point that my stress levels have been elevated to a point that it is causing me to gain weight. So what I've noticed, so I would like to say that I have, since I've been on Wegovy, I have lost, I want to say, over 30 pounds, um, only from the shot. And I don't say this bragging, I'm just being honest, because in the past, when I've gained weight, and even when I had the aid of like metformin, because I took that for a number of years to help with insulin resistance. That was a number of years before they even thought about a Saxenda or a Wegovy. I typically would make adjustments to my diet or how I eat and what I eat, as well as start exercising. For the past several years, I have not exercised consistently. Exercise is very important, and I'm noticing more of a difference because I am older. You know, I'm over 50. So, yeah, I've noticed that I lost about 30 pounds on Wegovy. I started Wegovy in about July of 2021. And I started at a weight of, sorry for the adjustment in lights, although you can still see me perfectly fine. The sun is now hidden behind clouds. So basically, I started on Wegovy July of 2021, and my starting weight, which was up, which is the reason why I started, was 175.6. And that was probably about anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds higher than where I had been maintaining my weight, um, which let me know it's stress and things going on. It's starting to impact my weight again. PCOS, right? So here's a very quick synopsis of how my weight has fluctuated, but not so much, since I started Wegovy in July of 2021. So for August of 2021, I was at 168.4. And I'm getting these um, measurements from my Fitness Pal, which is an app I've used for years. I haven't used it as much for food tracking as I absolutely should be, but I always use it to record my weekly, mostly weekly weigh-ins. And I have been since 2011 because I feel like it's a really good way to gauge kind of like what my body's been doing, right? So 168.4 August, September, 167 pounds. October, and we're still in 2021, 168.8 pounds. November, I was back down to 158.7. So apparently I didn't do anything during December, but as of January 1st, 2022, I weighed 157 pounds. February 1st of 2022, I weighed 149.6 pounds. And that was the absolute lowest weight I've held as an adult since I was probably 25. March of 2022, I was down to 145.5. I clearly didn't measure myself in April of 2022. And then for May, I was up to 155 pounds. So that's that 10-pound gain that I talk about when my body is telling me that something is most of the time stressing me out, right? And for the entire month of May, I stayed in the 155-pound range. I clearly didn't do any measurements in June. And as of July of 2022, I was back down to 148.6. August of 2022, 145.8. December of 2022, 144 pounds. And as of January the 2nd, 2023, I was at 144 pounds. So, in March of 2023, I got down to 143.8, which honestly I was a little bit concerned about because I think I don't eat a lot because Wegovy does tend to curb your appetite, but I was down to 143.8. So I say all this in a nutshell to say that basically since August of 2021, I have been maintaining a weight on Wegovy of between about 143 pounds and about 146 pounds with no exercise or very minimal exercise. Okay. So what I noticed is that in August of 2023, my weight started inching up a little to like 147. And then it increased even more in September of 2023. And I went from about 147 up to 150. And then by October, I was weighing out at about 152. To be clear, that is still much, much less than I have weighed and been maintaining in the past. However, if we are looking at the numbers from the data that we collect when I do weigh myself every week, every other week, every 3 weeks, whatever it is, this is an increase. And so what I wasn't clear about initially, and I've had a couple of conversations, and I honestly think that it is a couple of things. One thing that was a little bit beyond my control, and that was if you aren't using this medication or you haven't done any research, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But there was a shortage of the Wegovy medication. And so for a period, I just honestly was kind of scared that it wasn't going to be available. And I am on the highest dose, which is 2.4, and I've been there for over a year. Well over a year. So I started doing my weekly shots every other week because I was like, I have to hold on to this medicine and I have to get into an exercise routine. And I keep saying I have to get into an exercise routine and I have to eat better. And when I say better, honestly, my biggest concern is eating enough nutritious foods and eating on a regular timetable because I'm not very hungry. And oftentimes I found where I will be like, did I eat something today? Did I have a smoothie or anything? And to me, while it's good to not want to overeat, that's not healthy. That's not, to me, a part of it's just not healthy to me to one, not know whether or not I've eaten and have to literally sit and think about it, where what would be healthy to me is to have at least 2 meals a day. They don't have to be super big meals, but they should be something for me that consists primarily of something that is nutritious for my body. Um, so eating better for me looks like at least 2 meals a day. I'm cool with a level of true intermittent fasting, which I kind of sort of do, um, because I go such long periods without eating. So 2 meals a day, two nutritious meals a day at set time ranges is what I am working towards in terms of my overall health and wellness, along with my Wegovy shot. I also have not been drinking as much water as I should. Sometimes that can make a difference, right, in terms of your weight gain or your body holding on to fluid and different things. I am perimenopausal, pretty sure. Um, so all of these factors, the drug shortage, it not being available, and actually when I went to get my refill the last time, I didn't get it for 3 weeks because I literally had to call around and find a pharmacy that had it and had it in stock. And then it took, an extra week for me to get all the approvals that were required for me to actually be able to pay and pick up the medication. So I think all of these things have played a role in my weight gain. And in looking at this data, it was a little bit refreshing to know that I did kind of go up 10 pounds one time before, but it appeared to be temporary, like over the course of a month, 6 to 8 weeks. And then it kind of came back down. But I don't recall what I was doing at that time in my life, how I was eating. Was I drinking decent amounts of water or drinking, period? Because the same way I don't eat a lot during the day, I will go long periods without drinking. Again, not healthy to me. So I felt slightly concerned at first because I'm like, this Wegovy has been, I mean, huge. And me being the smallest I have been as an adult since I was in my early 20s. And I have been BSing on getting consistent with exercise for no reason. Other than it's a bad habit now where I used to exercise, and you can see a little bit of it in my arms where I still have a little bit of muscle under here. But, you know, to me, it also served as a wake up call that if I need the medication, I'm okay because I know I have a condition and sometimes will cause things a little bit beyond my control in terms of weight gain and insulin resistance, right? However, I do want to do everything that I'm supposed to be doing for myself in terms of prioritizing my health, right, ladies? To make sure I don't need the medication, and that the habits that I have are conducive to me maintaining this size and getting in the best physical shape that I can get in. And I am not there. I am the smallest I've been in decades, but I'm still not fit. And that is my goal, to get fit, to make sure that I am getting enough water for my body, to make sure that I am getting enough nutritious foods for my body, at least a couple of times a day. And again, it doesn't have to be huge meals, but I will feel good to say, hey, every day I eat, between 12 and 1, and then again between 6 and 7. That would make me feel good, right? And knowing that I put some level of planning and preparation to what I'm going to eat. And um, this week I am back on track with my weekly shots. Um, I have the medication that I need. And again, it still seems like there's some shortage thing kind of going on, but I've decided not to panic because honestly, there's no need. And again, I feel like this is the wake up call for me to get serious about consistent exercise in terms of cardiovascular movement for endurance, for a healthy heart, and to lose some fat. Because I'm the smallest that I've been doesn't mean that I don't still have fat, because I do. And more importantly, to get into strength training to build more muscle, which helps with our body burning fat and our metabolism, and to be strong, So that was my health update in a nutshell. And to kick it off, I was going to start on Monday, but because of the travel and me coming back into Virginia, I think I'm going to wait until the following week or the weekend after, and I'm going to do my goddess body detox. I started it one time before and I didn't complete it. I want to complete it, and I want to complete it with a plan of making sure that I am getting at least 4 glasses of water per day. This is where y'all are my accountability buddies. um, Eating at least 2 meals a day. Focused on fruits and vegetables, as well as doing the goddess body supplements. And there are 3 different supplements, as well as a fiber supplement that you can take their liquid form. And I really want to do it for 3 to 4 weeks because I just want to focus on the fruits, the vegetables, the nuts. Um, and I might allow myself protein in the form of fish for a few meals per week, only baked or broiled. Um, so that's my plan right now. Like, I don't want to be a weak and frail old woman. I don't want to be wheezing because I can barely walk up steps. I already have noted it's been a difference in my flexibility for more reasons that I'll talk about here, but I mentioned it on some other things. But we want to build up my flexibility, add in some stretching regularly, which I started doing, and it feels really good when I do it, and add in some yoga and some meditation. So I'm just sharing, because, this is a space about prioritizing our health and happiness. In some ways, I haven't been prioritizing my health, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to fix it. Um, And honestly, I feel like I am really, really close to being able to possibly be in the best shape of my life, for sure, in terms of how I look, because of the size. And when I start to get consistent with a level of cardio, flexibility, and strength training, your girl, yeah, like your girl might be something to see, like really something to see. So, so it's like I'm trying to hype myself to think that, and not just from a vain standpoint, although nothing's wrong with me wanting to look good, right? But just I try to make health the priority first, and then it's like, but girl, you can be looking real good too. You know what I mean? So that's my goal. And it's also, again, a reminder that while medications are fantastic when we are able to get them and we need them to help us along our health journeys, they shouldn't be the only thing that we're doing, which is what I've been doing. But I haven't been doing my full part when it comes to my diet and my exercise and even like my meditation stuff. And I'm working hard to fix that. So this was kind of like an accountability post in terms of my health and wellness and how I want to see the scale back down to about 145. Um, I'm liking that size. I like how I feel. I'm liking how I look in clothes. Um, and and let me say this too, because if for some reason I end up being 150 when I start strength training and I've lost fat where I want to lose it, but gain more muscle, I'm going to be perfectly fine with it because I know I'm going to look the same and still be lean. It's just muscle will have replaced the fat, and muscle weighs more than fat. So I'll be cool with it. But I'm liking the size. So that is that. And I am going to keep you all posted on my detox. Um, and probably maybe monthly updates in terms of how I'm doing with the health and wellness journey overall. I will drop links in case anyone is in a detox spirit as well and would like to join me on the Goddess Body Detox. It is not difficult to do at all as long as you prep a little bit in terms of making sure you have all the fruits and vegetables and have an idea of what you're going to eat throughout the day. But the drops that you take, or the liquid supplements, are really easy. They don't taste bad at all. Um, and there are three different formulas, and you do each one once a day, along with some of the fiber supplement in a drink or a smoothie, which I didn't have any issue with that at all because I have a standard smoothie that I drink that I put it in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the journey. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep starting over as many times as I need to start over until I get it right or until I'm not here anymore. And then it doesn't matter, right? But I am hoping and praying that it's a very, very long time from now. So that is it for my health and wellness journey update. And this whole thing with Wegovy and me noticing a level of change and stress, that I attribute to sometimes my weight gain as well as the other factors. Because being perimenopausal, we know that sometimes women can gain weight during that time frame. And I honestly think Wegovy may be helping me in that area in terms of not, especially since I haven't been exercising. So I'm gonna keep you posted of my on my journey. So yes, and feel free to leave a comment to say, hey girl, hey, how's it going with making sure you're drinking water or making sure you're eating twice a day, either here on YouTube or if you follow me on Instagram at Charlene T. Easter. I'm not gonna be offended. Like as long as you're nice. You know what I mean? Just like, hey, you said you wanted your little accountability partners and stuff. So here I is. What's up with that water intake? And I'm going to respond, and more than likely, for sure, I'm going to say thank you for checking in and trying to keep a sister honest. So that is that for that. I will keep you posted. I will have links below if anyone is interested in joining me or just doing a detox either now for the month of December or maybe going into January. The Goddess Body one is one I highly recommend for women. And the other information that I want to share with you is if you are familiar with flexible spending accounts as a benefit through your employer, if you have health insurance through your employer, where you are able to pay for medical expenses and the money is deducted pre-tax from your check. And honestly, for the medical flex spending account, they load that account based on the amount that you designate for your health plan year, whatever that is for you. Like mine is July 1st through June 30th. Some people's run through the calendar year, but for the flexible spending account, which is which is tied to my health insurance, I opt for a specific amount that I feel like I'm going to have in medical expenses based on the cap that the IRS places on everybody, all employers, everyone who uses these plans, right? So let's, for example, say the cap is $2,000 based on your tax status, right? If the income is 2,000, I'm sorry, if the cap is $2,000, and let's say I capped it out at $2,000 because I know I want to go to my doctor once a quarter. I want to go to my endocrinologist once a quarter, and I want to meet with my therapist once a month, right? So it's like I'm planning a little bit of what I expect my medical expenses to be, and that is why I chose the cap of $2,000 to fund my medical flexible spending account, right? So that money then over the course of the year is deducted pre-tax from your paycheck. However, the biggest benefit to having a health FSA is that from the first day of your insurance plan, all of the money, the whole $2,000 is made available to you, even though you may not have funded it yet from your paychecks, right? But the whole 2000 is there for you to use. So I mentioned FSA accounts because I'm going to post a link to an article I found, and I will post a couple of other links too from the IRS because I need you to do your due diligence in terms of who your employer is and what the specifics are of the benefits package that they offer for you in terms of your health insurance and any FSA benefits that you may have. Although I'm almost sure that all these FSA and health savings account plans have to adhere to federal Internal Revenue Service guidelines. So I will put some links to the IRS pages and information for you to do your own research. And then, of course, you can also reach out to your human resources department to ask questions, or probably look through your plan booklet to see which things you're eligible for and which things, which things you're eligible for, right? But I recently, my sister cousin, put me on to the FSAstore.com, flexible spending account store. So FSAstore.com. Remember that. Because if you have a medical FSA account, anything that is on that website, you should be able to purchase with your card. Now, me saying that, not knowing anything about your medical background or your medical history or your health history, there is a possibility that you might have to provide documentation to your FSA plan manager to justify the expenses. So keep that in mind. But if you look on the IRS website and you look through your employer's handbook, you should be very clear on which items are eligible to use your FSA debit card or the money in your FSA medical account to purchase and get reimbursed for purchasing. So I brought all that up to say that there are some really nice things related to our beauty, health, and wellness that we can use our FSA cards for. And one of the things that I recently saw that I am going to purchase is an Aura ring. Oura. If you're not familiar, I'll put a video in the description box as well. But I'm super interested in that because although I have an Apple Watch and it does a level of sleep tracking, I feel like it doesn't give me as much detail as I want because sleep has been an issue for me. And that's another thing that can impact your weight gain and things, not getting enough rest, not getting enough sleep. So one of my friends mentioned that she had the ring, and then I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. And while it is supposed to be, I believe, a fitness tracker, I care most about it for my sleep. I'm pretty sure from the videos that I've been watching as I've been doing some research on it, that the app, which you do have to pay for, and I think it's like $6 a month, and that's a pain point for some people, to input your data or retrieve your data rather from the ring in terms of how much sleep you're getting, the type of sleep, and whether or not you are optimal to function throughout the day, depending on what it is you plan for your day, I guess. Um, the app, I'm pretty sure, will incorporate information from, I think it's Apple Health. I forget the names and stuff, y'all. Forgive me. But it's Apple Health. So everything that goes in my Apple Health app can connect to the data that is attached to the Aura Ring in that app. So it'll collectively combine all of this health information in terms of my steps and walking, sleep. I really care about the Aura Ring for sleep, but it is not a cheap investment. It is like the cheapest one I think is $320, and they have different styles of it, but it's supposed to be, I think, like one of the best things on the market right now in terms of giving you detailed analysis for your sleep. And that's important to me because it just impacts everything. So I saw recently that you can use your medical FSA card to purchase the Aura Ring. And I thought, yippee, because I wanted it anyway. So now it's like, oh, I have even more incentive to purchase it. So I will put a link below in case that's something you're interested in. And I also mentioned the FSA store because I saw an article talking about how you may be able to go into Sephora to purchase certain skincare items that are currently eligible under IRS guidelines to purchase with your medical FSA card and funds. So I'm pretty sure things that fall in that category would include like sunscreen. I know that products related to treating and managing acne are included in that. So like that's good skincare. And recently when I was on the FSA store website, I saw some stuff from Dr. Dennis Gross on there. I saw some Peter Thomas Roth stuff on it. Like this is top notch skincare products. Like I dare say luxury level skincare products. And if it's stuff you like, and if, all of your medical funds aren't already allocated for specific medical procedures or things you have to do, girl, sleep tracker, luxury skincare, count me in. Check into that if there are some things that you may be interested in purchasing for your skincare or your body care. The same way that you can go into CVS or Walgreens and purchase certain things because they know which items, because they have it in their system, are eligible to use your FSA debit card to purchase. It would be great to be able to go into Sephora and be like, I need some more of that sunscreen from Dr. Dennis Gross or Fenty Beauty or whatever your favorite sunscreen brand is, and be able to get it with no problem for money that you have already allocated to spend on health stuff for yourself. So links will be in the description box. And I'm about to log off and take a nap before I see what else I'm gonna get into uh, within this next 24 hours that I have left in Vegas. And I hope that you all are having a fantastic day. And again, I'm serious. I am open to gentle and loving reminders and check ins in terms of my eating and drinking and fitness. And if you would like someone to do the same for you, let me know. I will make a note and we can help each other by being each other's accountability partners. So until next time, and actually, if you watch the video of the Ultimate Vision Board Kit, you will want it and you should get it because that's what we're going to use for our virtual vision board party on January the 7th. So I'm logging off. Until next time. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. And I hope that you will like this video. I hope that you will check out a few of the other videos on my channel and like those, as well as subscribe and become a part of our beautiful brown community. Alrighty, talk to you later.